Hi everybody, today we're going to see how I draw fate. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a quick sketch to try to find a good pose and make sure I get everything in there. Now I'm sure you can't see everything because this is mostly a sketch for me. This is just to make sure I have everything in the right place, leave enough room, and get it all drawn. Because sometimes I fall off the page, so I just want to make sure that I got everything for you guys. And then I'm going to switch over to a Sharpie, and you'll be able to see much better. Okay, so let's see. Get the feet right where I want them. It would be pretty simple. Let's see, a lot of her legs covered up by this like cape. Well, it's not really a cape, really, because it's kind of, and it's not really a skirt, because it's kind of off to the side, right? But gotta get something in there, or call it something, right? So let's give her some arms. What do I want her arms doing? Something a little cool, something a little bit. Let's see. This one I'm just gonna do up in a fist like that. We'll make that super simple and easy. Like that. But this one, let's do like a claw, something like that. Okay. So let me sketch something like that out real fast. It's a little more complicated, but I think you can do it. I just got to make sure I make it look right for you guys, because it's going to involve being able to see and not see certain parts of it. So I just got to make sure you can see the right things so that when we draw it, it makes sense. Okay, I think that might work. If not, yeah, it's okay. We're doing what we want to do, right? Okay, so let's. Oh, I got to give her a head. Let's see. I need a little hood, right? The cool hood. Let's see, the head will be like that. So that means I can put the eyes like that. Keep it super simple. And a lot of her hood covers up her face. There's not too many details we're going to be putting in there, but I just want to make sure that I have enough room for eyes, because that's an important detail. Okay, I think that's good enough. I think we can get started here. I'm going to switch over to a Sharpie, a fat one and a small one, and you're welcome to start or continue with the pencil. Let's just get going and get into this. So normally I start with the face, so since all that's covered up, let's go ahead and draw the hood, because that's an important part of the way she looks, right? I'm just going to kind of draw something like that. I'm leaving room for flow of the hood, the way it's kind of laying over her head. And I'm going to switch over to a Sharpie real fast, because that one's a little fat for things like eyes. So I'm just going to kind of do the little almond eyes like this. And that way it gives me room for some eyeballs. Pupils is what they're called, right? Okay, and I'm going to give her some eyebrows. And there's not too many details I'm going to put in here. I'm just going to kind of imply a lot of stuff. We can get away with our drawings by implying quite a bit. So for the nose, yeah, just do a couple nostrils, and then I guess holes, and then a couple nostrils on the side. So for the mouth, we're just going to kind of do something like that. And then we're going to come in real thin, real small, because this is the small part of the drawing. And I'm going to draw the bottom lip like that, and the top lip like that. So not much, just real simple. So now I'm going to come back and draw her chin, because I know I want it right there. I know it's floating, but I know where it's going to be because of the sketch. And so now I'm going to bring it back up to her cheeks. Same thing here. I'm going to bring it down to her cheek like that. And so now I can draw the rest. I'm going to thicken this up just a little bit, because that Sharpie is pretty fat, and it'll stand out a little bit too much if I just leave it super thin. So Now, I'm going to switch back to the big Sharpie. So she does have shirt inside of there, like in her neck, but we're just going to do something like that to kind of cover up that it's material, you know. Just something like that, just to, you know, show a overlap of material inside there. And then I'll hide it with coloring because I'm going to make that super dark. So let's go ahead and finish off the rest of her hood. I know it's going to come in like this. That's where it's going to connect on her shirt. So I'm going to kind of do the same thing here. And now from the top, I'm going to bring it down to here. And I know my top's going to be about right there. So I can just come down and do something like that. Cover it, or make it connect. Do the same thing over here. Just kind of bring it in. And she does have like some folds, you know, from the hood overlapping. So I'm just going to kind of do something like that just to show, you know, overlapping of material. That's all I really want to do. Not too much. So let's go ahead and draw the rest of her body. So I'm going to follow, I know her belt's going to be right here. So let's go ahead and do that. So that'll give you a good place to start of where we're going to put everything. Okay, so I'm going to do something like this. And the reason I'm doing that is to show the bumps in the belt. Like that, to stand out just a little bit more. Okay, so that gives me a base of where I can start my lines and start my lines. So let's go ahead and start her stomach over to her chest. And I'm going to come up to her arms where her outfit goes. It kind of flares out at the top right there. So same thing here. I'm going to come back. And here it's going around her arm. So I'm going to flare it out just a little bit like that and reconnect it. And this one doesn't have a sleeve, but this one does. So we'll go ahead and just worry about that with coloring. But for now, I can do a few other things since I have edges. Let's go ahead and draw this arm over here. She's got like this, since it's a sleeve, we're going to go ahead and draw the shoulder. But I'm going to stop right there because she's got like this long gloves that go all the way up to her arms like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this other side too, since we'll keep it together and we don't forget what we're doing. Okay, I'm just going to do like that, and that's going to be the edge of each of one of her gloves. So I'm going to draw, let's see, there's like a wrist bracelet thing going around like that. That'll give me another edge to draw when I'm going to come up here. So I'm going to do the elbow, not the elbow, the crook in the arm like that. And I'm going to come up here and connect it like that. And I just drew like some little lines where the material bends. That's what that is. Okay, so there's an elbow. I'm going to draw her arm up like this. And draw the rest of her gloves. And she's got another like little bracelet thing that kind of stands out above it. So that's why I did it separately. Okay. All right, so here we go with the tricky little hand. We're going to try to do something like this. We'll see how it goes. If it doesn't come out, doesn't come out. Let's not worry about it too much. Let's just have some fun. So I'm going to draw the inside of her hand to her pinky like that. Then I'm going to draw the other one to her finger like this, down to the back knuckle and close it. And this pinky is going to go like that. That's basically that knuckle is what I was drawing. So it's going to kind of look like that. And if it'll help, let's draw that knuckle in there like that. Till the middle finger is up like this. And the other fingers are kind of behind all this stuff, so you don't have to worry about too much detail. You just kind of say, okay, well, there's the pointer finger, and then the thumb is going to be something like that you can't really see too much. So that'll work. That'll take care of a crook, awesome hand like that. So let's do a fist over here on this one. So she's got the same thing, the little bracelet things on the arms, and I know about where they're going to be, so I'm just going to go ahead and draw them in. And they do hang a little bit off, let's see, like this. So we'll go ahead and do something like that. And I guess we'll do it here on this side too. That'll kind of like give it that little extra technique. So now that I know where those lines are, I have my stop and start point, so I can kind of come out like this. Again, do a few little creases because the material's bent. Do the back of the arm to the elbow, up like this. Connect those two, and now we're going to make a fist. So this is going to be fairly easy. We're just going to kind of go do something like this. Okay. And that'll take care of the pinky. And then all we got to do is just draw a couple more because the rest of the fingers are all covered up by each other. So we'll just do the thumb like that, bring the inside of the hand down, and boom, you've got knuckles. And that's done. So now let's do the rest of it. Let's draw her skirt, and we never really decided on a name for it, right? So it's going to come down like this, and going to kind of come through like that, because it's going to come down and hang way down like this. And that's going to hide and help cover up a lot of the detail we have to put in. So we're just going to close it off like that. There is some detail inside of her shirt. We'll come back with the sharp pen and do that in a second. Let's just finish up what we're doing here. So now we just got to draw her leg like this, kind of bring it in. There's a knee to the straps, because she has boots, but she's got like 3 straps across everything. So we'll go ahead and do this one down to that as well. Okay, so let's draw those straps down to the leg. Draw the other straps. And then let's do one more like that. Okay, and that'll bring us all the way down to the boot. And this one, it's kind of covered up, but we can kind of do something like that. That'll show that there is a foot inside there, you know. So let's draw the boots together. Let's draw down to that boot, and there's that toe. So I'm going to bring this down to that toe. There's the bottom of the foot, bottom of that foot. And since this one's facing you, you can't see all this, so we're just going to kind of go up and over like that. So it's going to go up and over like that. And that'll take care of that detail. So I'm going to switch over to the finer Sharpie just to do a couple things. And there's a little bit of detail in here that I want to capture, but the big Sharpie was way too big, so we're just going to do it like this. So this part is going to go like that and come down. Go like this. Same thing. Oh, actually this goes like that, because it comes from that side. Go like that. One little line like that, and it does kind of go across, but we're going to worry about that with color. There's some finer detail in here, but it's just a couple of lines, then we'll be done. And then we'll move on to color. And just like that. Okay? So let's move on to color, but for now, that is Fate. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.